Good evening all. Today our class is about sickle cell anemia and thalassemia. Now coming to the point of sickle cell anemia. Sickle cell anemia is an inherited blood disorder. Inherited means from genes or from genetics or from parents to the children. This is from parents to the children. And if the parent having that means here is the female and here is the male. From each person there will be two genes. For example, from female there will be YY, from male there will be X chromosome and Y. This is just an example. If here is the Y chromosome, here is the X chromosome, these two together forms one person or one children, that is male children. If the cell, gene from each parent having this disorder, that means if that means ante oka ఈ జీన్ అండ్ ఈ క్రోమోజోమ్ కలిస్తే ఒక చైల్డ్ వస్తుంది. అయితే ఈ క్రోమోజోమ్ లో కూడా సికిల్ సెల్ ఉండాలి, ఈ క్రోమోజోమ్ లో కూడా ఉండాలి. ఈ టూ క్రోమోజోమ్స్ లో కూడా డిసార్డర్ ఉంటేనే పిల్లలకు వస్తుంది. లేదు ఓన్లీ ఒక పేరెంట్ దగ్గరే ఉందనుకో పిల్లలకి అసలు ఏం కాదు. Okay, next. This sickle cell anemia forms usually the RBCs of biconcave shaped. In the condition of sickle cell anemia, the RBC becomes sickle shaped. This disorder is most common in people those who lived in Africans. And in the sickle cell anemia is more fragile to have hemolysis. If the hemolysis occurs, there will be no transport of gases and there will be no transport of some nutrients that are food for some organs, etc. And in some cases, the infraction is common in small bones. That means in children's, especially in children's, the hemolyzed sickle cells aggregate and blocks the blood vessels. These cells aggregate and blocks the blood vessels. That leads to infraction. Infraction means stoppage of blood. Okay, stoppage of blood supply. Infraction, it causes infraction. Infraction means stoppage of blood supply. This infraction is common in some small bones. This infraction is common in small bones. If this infraction is occurred in hand and in foot, hand or in foot, there is a result of abnormal development of limbs. That means usually our limbs is like this. If in this condition our limbs became abnormal sized, usually every person there will be middle finger is the largest finger, and in this condition there may be index finger will be long, or there may be little finger will be long, or there may be sometimes thumb will be long, or sometimes ring finger will be long. Okay, these are the disorders that occurs in the limbs. This disorder is known as hand and foot syndrome. Hand and foot syndrome. Next, jaundice occurs in these children. If this occurs in that children there may be cause of jaundice. Jaundice is most common for these children, so we should be aware of those children. If we doesn't take any care of those children, there may be death. Now coming to the thalassemia. Thalassemia, the name comes from Thailand because it is most common in people those who lived in Thailand. Next, thalassemia is of two types, alpha and beta. Alpha thalassemia and beta thalassemia. And usually that means the beta thalassemia is most common among these two, alpha and beta. Okay, beta thalassemia is most common. Actually, coming to the alpha thalassemia, in the alpha thalassemia there are two chains, alpha and beta. In the alpha thalassemia, alpha chains are less and beta chains are more. Alpha chains are less and beta chains are more. This condition in infants. These conditions occurs in infants. And in the alpha thalassemia, alpha cells are less, and gamma, there will be no beta, gamma cells are excess. This condition occurs in children. The first condition occurs in infants and the second condition occurs in children. Next, the next one is beta thalassemia. In the beta thalassemia, beta cells are less and alpha cells are more. Beta cells are less and alpha cells are more. In the condition of these alpha cells, in the two conditions of these alpha cells, there may be stillborn. There may be stillborn, that means baby born without life, stillborn, or there may be cause of death immediately after born. Okay, immediately after birth, there may be cause of death immediately after birth. Thank you all.